Welcome to Course 2, Lesson 32. In this lesson, we're going to be introducing the metric system. We're going to recognize the metric system as a decimal system. We're going to convert between units of measure within the metric system. We're going to use prefixes for basic units of length, capacity, and mass. We're going to compare temperatures given in Celsius with those given in Fahrenheit. Vocabulary that you need to know is Celsius. That's a centigrade scale that says 0 degrees Celsius is the freezing point of water and 100 degrees Celsius is the boiling point of water. You should remember that in Fahrenheit it's 32 degrees and 212 degrees. Kelvin is negative 273 less than Celsius, or 0 Celsius. The metric system, that's just a system used around the world, practically everywhere other than in the United States, but it's starting to take hold here. And you see it more and more in all of our labeling on all of our products. And it's a decimal system, and its units of one category of measurement differ by a factor of a power of 10. Everything goes in power of tens. So let's take a look at it a little bit. Some normal units of length for the metric system are millimeters, centimeters, meters, kilometers, and here's some common conversions or comparisons of length. So 10 meters is equal to 1 centimeter. 1,000 meters would be equal to a meter. So if I said you need, how many milliliters are in 3 meters, you would then say it's 3,000 millimeters. And we'll practice this. 100 centimeters equals 1 meter, and 1,000 meters equals a kilometer. The basic unit of mass in the metric system is the kilogram, and a kilogram is approximately 2.2 pounds. That's something you'll want to remember. I see a lot of test questions where you convert kilograms to pounds, and you need to know that a kilogram is approximately 2.2 pounds. 1,000 grams equals a kilogram, and 1,000 milligrams equals 1 gram. I know it's a little bit overwhelming. We'll go over it some more so that some units so that it becomes more familiar. We'll do power-ups that deal with this so that you become more solid in the metric system. Some prefixes that they use to go with each of the units of measure. In this case here, we're talking about meters. So you have kilometers, hectometers, decameters. Meters just the base amount. Everything goes in powers of tens from it up or down. Decimeters, centimeters, and millimeters. If you're going up the scale, you're going to be multiplying by power of 10. If you're going down the scale, you're going to be dividing. So here is a way to kind of visually help you to see this. We call this a metric staircase. If you look at the bench right here, this is our grams, our meters, our liters. This is our 0 point, so to say, and then everything goes down or up from there. If we're moving to the right or going down this staircase, if we're converting in that direction, say we're converting from kilograms to decigrams, decagrams, then we need to move our decimal point to the right and make it a smaller number, not a bigger number. And when we're going up and converting the other direction, we're going to multiply, and so we're going to move our decimal point to the left and make it a much larger number. So another thing that people like to do is to remember this scale here is come up with a phonemic phrase. In this case here, I've got King Henry died from a disease called mumps. You can think up anything you want that helps you to remember it. There's lots and lots of different phrases out there. But the thing to remember is just to help you remember the order that these go in. Kilo, hecto, deca, deci, centa, and milla. So King Henry died from is our base, from a disease called mumps. As we move up the table, the units become larger. The number of units needed to describe the length decreases. So 1,000 millimeters equals 100 centimeters, would equal 10 decimeters, which equal 1 meter. and it goes both directions. I know it's a lot to take in right now, but you'll get the hang of it. So here's our prefixes again. I give them to you just to help you in solving these two questions. If I was to take 5 kilometers, how many meters would I have? Right here is our kilometers. We see this, and we know that 1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 meters. So that's a pretty easy math question. How many kilometers are there in 1,000 meters? It'd be 5,000. 300 centimeters. 300 centimeters, here's our centimeters right here. 300 centimeters is how many meters? Well, that's a little bit more difficult. In this case here, we're going to be going up the staircase from centimeters to meters. And we're going to be going up 3 sets because we got 300 meters. So if we have our point 1 here, and we go over 1, 2, 3, and we put our 3 right there in front of that, we'd know that 300 centimeters is equal to 3 meters. All right, let's take another look at another one. The liter is the basic unit or capacity in the metric system. We use this for liquids. We're familiar with 2-liter bottles of soft drinks. Each 2-liter bottle can hold a little more than half a gallon. So a liter is just a little bit more than a quart. And when we look at a meter, that's 0.001 of a liter. So a meter is down the stairs from our base unit. So 1,000 millimeters equals 1 liter. So a 2-liter bottle can hold how many milliliters of beverage? Well, let's take a look at it. So the liter is right here at the base unit. And we know that we have 2 of those, 2 liters, but we're going to have to go down the stairs and get to milliliters. So when we do that conversion, we know that if there's 1,000 milliliters equals a liter, if we have 2 liters, we're going to have this times 2, which is going to give us 2,000 milliliters. So get another one. How many 250 milligram tablets of vitamin C equals 1 gram of vitamin C? Okay, let's take a look at that. So we got to look at our milligrams. So we know that 1,000 milligrams equals 1 gram. So 250 is what amount of 1,000? Well, it would be a fourth. So there'd be 4 250s to get into a full gram. So it says how many of these tablets would it require to equal 1 gram? Well, if 250 is only a fourth of 1,000, that would mean that we'd need 4 tablets to get to 1,000, or 250 times 4 equals the 1,000 to get to our gram, because we need 1,000 milligrams to make 1 gram. Okay, let's turn our attention now to temperature. Here we have our Celsius scale. On this side over here, you have the Celsius, and this side over here, you have the Fahrenheit. So you see that 100 Celsius is equal to 212 Fahrenheit, and so forth down the thermometer there. So a temperature increase of 100 degrees on the Celsius scale is an increase of how many degrees on the Fahrenheit scale? So if we go from right here and we increase 100 on the Celsius scale, how much have we increased on the Fahrenheit scale? Hopefully you didn't say 100. Because what we've got to do is we've got to go from 32 Fahrenheit up to 212. And that difference, when we do the math, is 180 degrees. So that tells us that a change of 1 degree on the Celsius scale is equivalent to a change of 1.8 degrees on the Fahrenheit scale. So for your practice set, after running 800 meters of a 3-kilometer race, Michelle still had how many meters to run? So how would you work that out? See if you can do it. Pause the video. Okay, so kilometers, 1,000 kilometers is equal to 1 kilometer. So if you got 800 times 3, that's going to be 3,000. I'm sorry, 3. She's got 3 times 1,000 because it's a 3-kilometer race. 3-kilometer race times 1,000 tells us that she's got to go 3,000 meters. So if she's ran 800, she still has 2,220 meters left to go. Here are your tickets in the door. Please work them. Send the answers to me, and we'll talk about them tomorrow. Surely have lots of questions. We'll have to go over this. The metric system is a challenge for all of us, me included. So we'll get this together. Do these problems, send them in. Thank you for watching the video.